Hey, it's Jim Fisher, aka The Beat, with This Week Community News with another installment of Friday Night Live Band Edition. This week brings us out to Dublin Jerome High School, where Brian Stevens is the band director. Mr. Stevens, thanks for having us out today.
Oh, you're welcome.
We got a couple of band officers. If you'd like to introduce us to your band officers. Also,
Absolutely.
please.
This is Claire Wilsbacher. She's a saxophone player, and she's a senior and the band president. And this is Shahij Taku. She is a junior and junior trumpet player and the band vice president.
Excellent. How long have you been here at Jerome?
This is my 6th year at Jerome.
Okay. Talk about this year's band. Sometimes a year will have a certain personality, upperclassmen, maybe a particular instrument group or something like that. What do you notice about this year's group?
Well, the biggest thing about this year's band is that we're going through a lot of growing pains.
Okay.
Just because we've almost doubled our size in the last 6 years.
Very exciting.
And so we're learning how to be a great big band.
Okay.
This year. It's a great group of kids. It's a very strong senior class.
Okay.
And so we're having a lot of success, and we're having a great time this year.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about this year's competition show.
This year's competition show is entitled The Blues.
Okay.
And not so much about the musical idiom, the blues, but more about blue things.
Okay.
We're kind of taking a chronological musical journey, starting with Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue,
Okay.
Irving Berlin, Blue Skies, a modern jazz ballad which by Maria Schneider called Sky Blue, and then ending with Frank DeKelly's Blue Shades,
Okay.
modern concert band piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. From a performing perspective, what are some things that are exciting to you about this year's show?
We're using chairs as props, which I've never done before.
Okay.
And that's actually a really cool experience to try to learn how to synchronize more than just our marching and our dots, but also our chairs and how we function
Okay.
together.
Cool. So a visual, is there something, the audio, is there a particular part of the music or something that you think really is going to hit home with audiences?
Well, I know we call it like the shake section, but it's like it ends our show and it's really jazzy and like it's a major contrast from our other music pieces.
Okay.
And like I know like we all have like a great time playing that on the field because we get to
Yeah.
party.
That's always a good thing, right? Speaking of party, it's your senior year. Talk a little bit about sort of maybe some goals or just the middle of the year and how it's going and what you'd like to see happen by the end of the year.
Yeah, it hasn't really hit me yet that this is like my last year to perform at the Dublin Jerome Band, but I'm pretty sure in the next few performances it will hit me. So it's like a little bittersweet, but it's also very exciting because like Mr. Stevens says that this is our largest band yet, so it's just like really exhilarating to like perform with like 172 people.
Right.
And it's a major contrast from my freshman year show. Like it's much more difficult
Okay.
and like harder music wise and also like dot and like formation wise.
Okay.
So that's like really fun.
Talk a little bit about, I know you guys have been doing real well so far this year. Talk about maybe the excitement of success and what you'd like to see happen between now and the end of the year.
It's just exciting to be considered a really good band, one of the top bands out there. And it's at the same time though, I know a lot of people are worried that we might get it, we don't want it to get to our heads. So we have to stay
Who might be
humble.
worried about that?
So we don't want it to get to our heads, but we are enjoying being successful as a band, and it's bringing our band closer together, I think.
Awesome. And Mr. Stevens, there's something really exciting for Dublin bands coming up this weekend.
Absolutely. Our first annual Dublin Band Showcase. We have an OMEA marching band adjudicated event for the first time. It is hosted by all 3 Dublin high schools,
Okay.
Dublin Jerome, Dublin Kaufman, Dublin Scioto. And we have 12 bands from around the state
Okay.
who are coming to perform. We have a top-notch judging panel. And it's going to be right here at Jerome Stadium starting at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Saturday night, October 18th. And we certainly hope that the community comes out and supports our first marching band contest.
Absolutely.
So,
And if people are interested in finding out more about the band here at Jerome, is there a place on the internet they can go to find
absolutely.
that out?
There are 2 places.
Okay.
DublinJeromeBand.org
Okay.
has our calendar and updates and things like that. And then DublinMusic.org has information about the Dublin Music Boosters and the whole band program district-wide.
Gotcha. Well, thanks so much for your time and your thoughts. We really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys out on the field. Thanks a bunch.
Okay,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Jim.
Yeah.